Brazil's lead mask case. Two men were found dead on a hill, wearing handmade lead masks over their eyes. No wounds, no struggle, no explanation. It was August 20th, 1966, in Niterói, Brazil. A young boy was flying his kite on Morro do Vintém, a quiet remote hill overlooking the city. The wind whipped through the grass, and the late afternoon sun cast long shadows across the slope. Then he saw something strange in the weeds. Two bodies, lying side by side, dressed in dark suits and raincoats, even though the weather was clear. And their faces, partially obscured by hand-cut lead masks. No wounds, no blood, no struggle, just the stillness of death. And the masks. Nearby lay a small, cryptic notebook with instructions that made little sense. 1630, be at the specified location. 1830, ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals. Await signal, mask. No capsules were found, no explanation. Nothing to indicate what went wrong. The men were identified as Manuel Pereira de Cruz, 32, and Miguel Jose Viana, 34. Friends and co-workers said they were quiet, intelligent, and meticulous. Both worked as electronic technicians in Rio de Janeiro, and both were fascinated by spiritualism and electronics. Earlier that week, they had left their homes saying they were traveling to Niterói to buy electronic supplies. Receipts confirmed they'd purchased waterproof coats, and one friend remembered Miguel looked nervous, constantly checking his watch. The men were careful, peaceful, and had no known enemies. Nothing suggested they were in danger. When authorities arrived at the hill, the scene only deepened the mystery. Both men lay flat, side by side, in a remote section of the hill. Their suits were neat, their raincoats on, shoes clean. The lead masks were positioned carefully over their eyes. Not random, not accidental. A bottle of water and two damp towels, folded neatly, were found nearby, along with the notebook's cryptic instructions. No capsules, no weapon. No one else had been seen in the area. No robbery, no struggle, no motive. The official autopsy couldn't determine the cause of death. Their organs were too decomposed, and toxicology tests were inconclusive. The notebook drew investigators' attention. Its instructions were very specific. A precise time for ingestion, 1830, a reminder to protect metals, and the phrase, await signal, with mask written at the bottom. Investigators believed the masks were meant to shield their eyes, a protective measure for some kind of planned experiment. Friends and co-workers offered more insight into their lives. The men were fascinated by spiritualism, electronics, and experimental science. They had studied theories on communication with higher planes. Some accounts said they were experimenting with chemicals and light, hoping to reach altered states of consciousness. They were meticulous, careful, and methodical, not reckless thrill seekers. Several possibilities were explored, all mysterious. The first theory, an experiment gone wrong. They may have ingested substances, the capsules, while waiting for some expected effect. The lead mask could have protected their eyes from intense light or radiation. Alone on the hill, if the experiment failed, there would have been no one to help them. The second theory, a spiritual ritual. Brazil in the 1960s had flourishing spiritualist movements, blending science, mysticism, and esoteric beliefs. Investigators thought the men might have been waiting for a signal or apparition. The timing, the masks, the bottles of water, and the towels all suggested ritual preparation. The third theory, foul play. Police considered whether someone else was involved, but the men's money was untouched. Belongings were undisturbed. No witnesses ever saw anyone else that day. If foul play happened, the culprit left no trace. Receipts show waterproof coats were bought, even though the weather was clear. The men carried enough money, traveled carefully, and left no clues behind. The route to the hill was isolated, leaving no casual witnesses, and the signal they were waiting for never arrived. The masks were handmade, precise, and intentional. Every detail suggests planning, not panic. Decades later, the lead mask case remains one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries in Brazil. No cause of death, no suspects, no evidence strong enough to explain what happened. Why that hill? Why lead masks? What signal were they waiting for? Whatever they believed, whatever they expected, it never came. If you want more stories like this, subscribe to Silent Witness, because some questions never stop echoing.